The Canadian dollar has gained over 1.5% against the US dollar just in the last week and over 3% in the last 3 weeks. As recently as March 7th, the consensus was that the Federal Reserve had no choice but to push forward with continued rate hikes to stop the persistent inflation. Well, quite a bit has changed since then. First came early signs of problems within the banking industry tied to losses on Treasury holdings. Next came softer than expected inflation data, particularly in the PPI and in the PCE, and then weakening employment data with a big drop in JOLTS with job openings number and the ADP report. All these data points weighed heavily on the US dollar and changed the Fed expectations to now an over a 64% probability of no rate move at all at the May FOMC meeting. This according to the CME FedWatch tool. Perhaps the biggest reason as to why the loonie has outperformed other non-dollar currencies in the last week, though, is tied to OPEC's surprise decision to cut crude production, which sent oil prices up 8% at their highs. Now, the Canadian dollar is historically correlated to crude prices because of its oil export relationship to the U.S. cmegroup offers 3 different size currency contracts, the standard, the mini, and the micro, in order to match a trader up with their preferred risk tolerance. For these examples, we're going to be using the micro. So if a trader believes the Canadian dollar could continue its move higher, they could express that by buying the June micro Canadian dollar futures contract at 0.7440 and targeting a move to the November highs of 0.7580. A stop for this trade could be placed below at 0.7350. Now this trade could make $140 if the target is reached and risks $90 if you're stopped out at your level. Now if a trader believes that the Canadian dollar could drop from here, they could sell the June micro Canadian dollar futures contract at 0.7440 and target a move back to the March lows of 0.7250. A stop for this trade could be placed above at 0.7580. Now this trade could make $190 if the target is reached and risks $140 if you're stopped out at your level.